To the American League, and we start at Fenway Park. A 4-game sweep in Fenway for Tampa Bay. They win 8-2 on Monday. All right, before we get into the fantasy stuff here, I think the Red Sox are in a little bit of trouble, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. They're 6 games out of first place right now. It'd be one thing if they were just having a slow start, but it's another thing to have a slow start in a division with the Yankees and the Rays, and I think they got to pick it up.
Yeah, don't break the glass. Don't pull the alarm. It's all going to be all right in Boston. I mean, think about some of the slow starts that I just came up with that too.
I know, but it's going to be all right in Boston, but it's also going to be all right in New York and Tampa Bay.
But you know, the shoe's been on the other foot. Think about in the recent years all the slow starts that the Yankees have gotten off to, even by All-Star break, where they've been, you know, not much better than a 500 team, and then they've come on strong. Boston can turn it on anytime.
You should listen to this guy.
Okay.
He knows what he's talking about.
All right, well, both Martinez and Youkilis are struggling right now. Oh, and by the way, this is a cool stat. They were 0 for 30 with runners in scoring position during the 4 games.
It's cool if you're a Yankee fan, I guess.
No, it's cool if you're a baseball fan. Martinez and Youkilis are both struggling right now. Are you concerned about either of them long term?
No, not at all. Too much of a long-term trend with both of those guys.
Emac, what kind of year do you think Jeff Neiman will have? He had a nice start yesterday for the Rays.
He's a solid 12 to 15 game winner on a team that's going to score ample runs and get them run support. I guess that's the same thing. Score a lot of runs again. But yeah, I think. And
I talk too much.
Pulling him in all leagues.
Well, I want to throw a question here to Dr. Emac because I know he got hit on the shoulder by a line drive. I know that's not a muscle tear or anything, but his peripherals aren't his typical peripherals so far this year. So I mean, is there any reason for us to be concerned about?
Like, what are you referring to as peripherals? Like he's a more ground ball guy?
Well, very low on the strikeouts, velocity a bit down.
Yeah, I'm not really worried. I mean, bruised is not the same thing as like a tear. So I mean, I don't really worry about it. I don't see anything to worry about. So I'm a bad doctor.
Anything else in this game?
B.J. Upton, his power, it looks like it's there. I know his average is low and he's striking out, but he's already got 4 homers, and he could be on his way to that 30-homer, 40-steal season that everybody's been waiting for. It's too late to get him on your team, perhaps, but if someone's still selling because of that low average and those strikeouts, bye. Oh, Pat Burrell popping off, too. He's a streaky hitter. He had a good weekend, 3 hits on Monday. I picked him up in the Tout Wars, and I probably should have said it before I did it, and that way people could have gotten the benefit of it.
Blue Jays all over the Royals, 8-1. Brandon Morrow finally pitches well. He lowers his ERA to 7.31. Is he better than his early season numbers? Can he pick it up?
Yeah, no, much better, but you just don't want to get carried away with this guy because I'd like to see him have better command, like to see him keep the home runs at a reasonable rate, pitching in a homer dome. So I have some concerns, but he's still a guy that I think that you could pick up in a mixed league, and right now probably still a bargain.
Anything else from Blue Jays Royals?
Yeah, Travis Snyder's got 2 homers in his past 3-4 games, I think.
Okay.
And homers come in bunches. Sluggers do 50% of the damage and 25%. All that. Snyder's the guy to pick up now. Everybody's dropped him. Everybody's cold on him. He's hot now, so take a shot at him. I think he's going to, from here on out, be a viable mixed league guy in all leagues. I got to admit, I dropped him, and then he turned around and had those 2 homers. I'm buying back all over again.
Okay. The Angels have now won 4 straight to get to 500. They beat the Tigers 2-0. Joel Pinheiro has been really good this year. 7 1/3 scoreless innings last night. 1.77 ERA. Yeah. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, he is a must-own. He's I don't know what they're doing there, what Dave Duncan's doing there in St. Louis, but he's got some kind of laboratory where he creates these ground ball monsters. Pinheiro's just got crazy ground ball rates, and it's working for him. Worked for him last year. It's more of the same this year, so snap him up if you can.
Although, not to point out the difference, he actually had 9 fly balls and 7 ground balls.
Yeah, for him that's.
But he's good, and he's on a team with pitching and defense. He's going to win a lot of games because that team they haven't scored a lot of runs yet, but they will get hot in the summer months. Pinheiro's a solid option in mixed leagues.
Let's look at Detroit. What about Austin Jackson, rookie center fielder?
He's been steady. The power hasn't been there, but he's been steady, and you like a young hitter that can provide some consistency. There's going to be some cold stretches. He might even go like hitless for 3 weeks. But right now, what you've seen, you have to like.
2 steals, 9 runs.
Look at what Dexter Fowler's going through right now. I think that could be Jackson's future. I think they're very similar players, both incredible upside, both could bust out all crazy this year. But like Emac said, that could also come with a lot of slumps.
Well, he's available in our podcast league. He's probably available in a number of leagues.
Yeah, his power is not good enough to be useful in a 12-team standard podcast league type format. But Dontrell Willis, he holding water against good competition, so I like to see that. I called him a sit this week because I was worried about his matchups, but he handled it.
Right, but he did not get the win, so probably a good idea to sit him there.
Seattle, it's a quality start. Those are important.
Oh, okay. To get it. He didn't pitch great though. He pitched well.
He only walked 2. He only allowed 4 hits in 6 innings.
All right, not terrible. Not good job. I agree with you. Good job, Dontrell Willis. Seattle 8, Baltimore 2. The Orioles are 2-12 this year. All right, Doug Fister. He pitched his second really good game in a row. 7 innings.
I don't know where this is coming from.
3 hits, 1 run. Are you buying Doug Fister, Al?
I'm buying him. I don't know that I'm buying. In fact, I know I'm not buying him in a mixed league, but in an AL league. In fact, I've got him. I'm starting him in an AL only, and I like him in that format. He's not going to give you a lot of strikeouts. If he somehow gets traded, then I'm probably going to drop him like a hot potato. But he's custom made for this Mariners team. He allows a lot of contact. He's got a good defense behind him, and I think he'll be fine.
Well, it's interesting. Like AL only, he's probably already owned and active. The question is mixed league, and I didn't have the guts to pick up Fister against the Orioles, but I did have the guts to pick up Cook against the Nationals, and I should have picked up Fister.
Hindsight's 2020. Don't beat yourself. You're being very hard on yourself.
I'm wrong all the time.
No, you're doing fine.